Gotham Investigations, I'm Jeff Giordano. People call me Gino, and we are going to take you through another episode of The Psychic Detective. Here today we have a tremendous guest on our show. He claims to be the first king of the 4th dynasty of Egypt, dating back to, I believe, 2600 BC. But after that, he was released into the 3rd dimension, and he came back in other life forms. He is a fill-in guardian angel, which is kind of referred to as a floater, where sometimes the guardian angels are called back to the higher power, and he'll fill in for these guardian angels until they return, and then he floats to another one. Quite fascinating individual. Just to explain some of our investigations that we do, these guardian angels that reach out to me give me clues. So it's not like some of these shows you see, whether they have this power or not, I have no idea. But with me, it's not that they just come and they say, here's the person, this is the solving of the homicide, this is how you could find the missing person. They tease me. So they tease me knowing that I'm an investigator, knowing back when I was a police officer and I did this with the police department from some time, they'll give me clues. And sometimes they even lead me in the right direction, but throw me off on different paths, just to see if I could use my earthly mind and my earthly skills to better myself and solve these cases. So they are giving me clues and they are solving cases, but they are solving it through solvability factors that they lead me in the right direction. Now, this individual agreed to be on our show today as we're interviewing a guardian angel, but he agreed to be on our show today to remain anonymous. What I say about remain anonymous is his past life, which was very recent. He wants to keep that kind of private to the viewers because he was put back on Earth form to complete his mission. And his mission was completed, but his family and souls that still remain here on Earth would identify him immediately, and they would feel more comfortable if they know he is up in the 3rd dimension and not doing standbys and fill-ins for other guardian angels here. Otherwise, they might not be able to release themselves, release their power, and move on. So when we do this stuff, you know, the good old spirits flow in, as I mentioned before in a previous episode, and the good old spirits flow out. Sometimes evil spirits try to come in my body and talk to me through that. I don't allow these spirits to come in. I just let them come in, give me the information, and get the heck out of here. Because I don't want, there's something called takeovers, where a soul, a spirit, can take over your body if they feel that you're weak. So I try to remain powerful in not allowing them to do that. So I don't allow them to come in and stay there for a long period of time. The good old spirits flow in, and the good old spirits flow out. So when I talk to this guardian angel on the interview today, it's not going to be like he's coming in and I'm going in a trance. He comes in and he gets out of here. In this particular case, he's going to be sitting next to me, and he's going to flow his information through me. So how this is going to go down, just so our viewers know, is I'm going to ask him a question as Gino. I'm going to ask him a question, and he's going to respond back to me. Now, his request was, on several occasions, I have actually gone undercover as a Jamaican, a white Jamaican. And on other cases, I was undercover as a white Jamaican as well, and we do have clients that are Jamaican. So I don't know if this is a tease that he's trying to do or what, but he wants me to appear as my undercover white Jamaican, JJ. So I'm going to ask him the questions in my regular language form, which a lot of these guardian angels, they don't even speak English. So I'm going to, everything that I get from him is telepathy. I want to say We don't do pronunciations either. We don't do pronunciations. Telepathy. You know what I'm getting. I'm going to think of something. It's going to go to him. He's going to think of something and go to me. I just know what I'm doing. I might not have my verbs and definitions correcting, but like I said, we don't do pronunciations. We just do our shit, and we know how it's coming out, and we know how it's going to go down. So the reason we have a microphone set up and everything for the guardian angel, which we're going to refer to him as GA throughout the episode, is just for our viewer support. But these material things do not have any... the guardian angel doesn't even see the microphone. What he will see is DNA transfer from individuals that touch it. That's how we actually solve some of our cases of missing cigar container that was out there, jewelry. It's not because they see the cigar itself or the container. They're tracking back and they're giving me hints and clues of a DNA transfer, because your body, believe it or not, when you walk, it leaves energy. Hours, days, weeks after. Kind of like a dog has senses and can smell a pizza a few miles away, which I'm beginning to do that as well, as you can see. These guardian angels can sense the footprint that is being made with these individuals that commit these crimes, and they can follow them, not the object. They can start out at the location, and they can funnel themselves through me, giving me clues and funnel their way out. So stay tuned as we interview a guardian angel. Gotham Investigations, and I am Gino, your psychic detective. Today we have a very... Rodrigo, what are you doing? You're sitting on our guest, the guardian angel. What are you doing? Get out of there.
He's here? I'm sitting on the...
Get out of there.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Jeff. I'm still trying to learn how to sense the spirits. I'm sorry, Mr. Jeff.
I'm the only one that possess these powers here. And so today we have a special guest on our show, a guardian angel. And as we explained to you on the intro how it's going to go down, he's actually a very tall man, a very tall man. I'm going to ask him a question, and he's going to respond back. Welcome to our show. Please tell me your first appearance on this earth. Jaman, I am Sifaru, the first god of the fourth dynasty of Egypt, the old Egypt, dating back, man, to about 2600 BC. But now, I come to you as a guardian angel in my past life, man. My past life where I will remain anonymous. Yes, we understand that. Thank you so much for, and we did agree that you would be anonymous today, and you would ask some of our questions that we had for everybody. So you're kind of like what's known as a floater guardian angel, in the information that I gathered and the information that I was given. Does everyone have a guardian angel, first of all? Yes, man. You can call me JJ. Yes, man. Everyone has a guardian angel. You should thank your guardian angel every day for looking out for you. Some people have 2 guardian angels, 3. But in your case, Gino, we want you to leave a footprint, man, on this earth. That is why we only give you clues and solvability factors, man, to solve these cases. I understand that. I'm kind of confused a little bit, but I'm gonna refer to you as GA, Guardian Angel. I know you kind of mentioned my undercover name, JJ, that I went undercover a couple of times for, and you agreed to be on the show and talk through me, but you wanted me to be in my undercover capacity because you were a Jamaican in your last life on this earth, but you do not want them to know your identity. So we'll refer to you as GA and remain anonymous. So what energy do people have in their path or their quest to get to what we know or the spiritual world know as the third dimension? Jaman, you have evil spirits that are in you. The quicker you identify them, man, the faster you could release them. Everybody has evil. Throughout your life, you lie. You hurt. You do things that you know are evil. Identify the evil in your body, and then you can identify the good. And you don't have to come back to this world. You'll be released to the third dimension, man. How many dimensions are there? And I know the purpose of this episode was not to explain that, but if you can explain how many dimensions that you're aware of. There are 7 dimensions, man. The third dimension you refer to, and some people on earth refer to as heaven. Heaven, man. That is the third dimension. But there are others that the angels meet and converse. Just like you, man, may have a family gathering. You will be with your family in the third dimension, but the guardian angels that are assigned, they do have the retreats that they go to, and they laugh, and they giggle, and they talk about the things that they're doing on earth, man. And don't think, man, that you are coming back on earth. You may be living this on another planet in what you consider atmospheres and different dimensions in space where you are repeating yourself in a life form. I understand that, and that was mentioned to me through other guardian angels. In my particular case, I communicate through guardian angels. And as you had said, everybody has one. Some people have several. When they leave the individual and talk to me, and sometimes they stay with me for a few days, people like or I should say spirits like yourself, kind of attach themselves to the individual while their guardian angel leaves and assists me in solving these cases. But what can you say to people out there and some of our viewers on what a lot of people are tied up in the everyday work mode and keeping up with the Joneses. We use terminology, and I want everyone to realize that I'm communicating to him through telepathic measures to the spirit, and he's communing back to me, and then I am speaking in the Jamaican form, but I'm asking the questions that he doesn't hear because it's mind to mind to spirit, I want to say. But it's important that, other words, you wouldn't even know what's going on out there watching the show. Jaman, the higher power gives everything you need to survive. You are giving the earth. Men are destroying the earth, man. Soon, all mankind will come to an end. Because if you destroy the earth, you cannot eat, man. You will not eat food. If you destroy the water that the higher entity has given you, man, you will thirst. You will die of thirst. If you destroy the air with pollution, you cannot breathe, man. You cannot breathe. And you will die, and earth will become no more. So the higher entity, when you look at it, puts little birdies on the earth, puts little fishies in the water, puts animals that are independent, man. You get a dog, you feed them, they become your slave. The fishies in the water are giving everything they need from the higher entity. You don't see birds, man, worrying about their meals. They could be in packs of hundreds, man, and they find the way. They find their food because it is provided by them, by the higher entity. The circle of life, man, that is given to you by the higher entity. The bigger fishies eat the little fishies. The little fishies eat the tiny fishies. The tiny fishies eat bacteria, man. The bacteria is multiplied by the seas and the rivers. So it's a circle, man, that we have given you. The higher entity has given you. But you choose to get more. You choose these fancy things that we do not understand, but we see it in your mind, that your mind is so caught up in false prophecies, money that you call things that you need to survive. You don't need this false prophecy of money, man. I do not even identify objects, things in your world. But my mind is confused when I see you chase the evilness and you have not identified it inside of you, man. Inside of you. You refer to something in this world and are giving everything you need. But you refer to something as you can only advance, man, if you are what I'm trying to get the word out of me, wealthy. I understand that, GA, and I know it's hard sometimes when I kind of communicate to you something like wealth, and it's very hard. I kind of got a small headache here because I really have you to understand it, that it's false things that us, human beings on this earth are craving. And I do understand what you're saying about animals and the circle of life and how you could see a flock of birds and they're not even worrying about where they're going to get their food. The bees work in the beehive for the queen bee, but everything is provided through them, and they make pollen, they make honey, and they move on to the next hive. But they don't worry about where they're going to get their food from. Neither do birds, neither do fish, because it's given to them. Everything that we need, I understand, is provided here on this earth. So what happens when individuals, I want to ask you, reach out and they do bad things to people? Is this identified by the guardian angels? I did give some answers in a previous episode, but since you're here and you're with us today, I want to ask you. Yeah, man. You may refer to it, man, as karma. Karma, you may understand, is a bitch. A bitch, man. Whether it don't get you now, it'll get you in another world, man. It'll get you in your cycle. If you cause pain, man, and suffering, you are going to receive pain and suffering, man, in another life form or in another dimension. Will you do it again, man? So it's important, man, that you do good things. Those good things may come back to you in another life form, where you live a happy life. You can bring hurt souls, man, out of the evil. Pull them out, but don't subject yourself, man, to that evil spirit getting out of them and going into you. You can rid the evil spirits, man. You can rid them of people who are suffering. But don't let them go into your body, man. Get rid of them. Take that person. Give them help. Tell them good things. I'm here to tell you today, man, that your belief system is true. Whether you're Jewish, man, whether you're Catholic, whether you're Muslim, man, you are all going to be in front of the higher entity one day, man. So what you're trying to say, GA, is all of the religions and everything are true, because we're all going to face our maker in some way, whether we see it with an old man with a beard or somebody wearing a cowboy hat, a villain that some depict as the higher gods. Yeah, man. Just look at how stupid people are, man. If you look back at your history, man, every civilization talks about an individual, a white man or a black man with a beard, a long beard. And that individual, man, has come up onto earth, has come up, man, into your civilization to better it and give you the way. But what's going to be the end of the world, man, is the evilness. And then this earth will come to a conclusion. A conclusion. And you may be brought back to another world to complete what you have not completed, man, in another life form with family members who are coming back as well, until your family, man, can all be at peace in the third dimension, man. And then you may rise up another dimension. So what you're saying is this individual with a beard is in several different civilizations where there wasn't transportation back then. I don't even think if they thought the earth was round or flat back then. That's way after, to the Christopher Columbus days. I do recall seeing and hearing, and even reading the Bible myself. I'm kind of Catholic with the Italian background, but I do recall that yes, there's a lot of civilizations that depict an old man with a beard. Jaman, this man, he has the answers, man. He has the powers, man, and he is coming up to better the world, man. Every civilization has pictures, drawings, man, of this individual, man. It's not that they communicated or connected. He existed, man. He was sent by the higher power, man. Listen to him. I must leave, man. I must leave now. You must leave. What do you mean that you must leave? Well, I have some other questions that I would really like to ask you and bring up. No, man. My time has come, man. A guardian angel is leaving the side of someone, man, and I have my duties to do. I really thank you, GA, for being on our show, and hopefully, if not yourself, we can get another guardian angel back in the future. And I really appreciate your time and thank the higher power for allowing you to come and be on Gotham Investigations. This is Gotham Investigations. I hope you enjoyed this episode with the interview with a real guardian angel. Oh my God. Rosie, can I have my water, please? I'm sweating. This is great. No, you don't understand what this does to me. Oh my God, I gotta go, Rosie. I gotta sleep. Are you a fan of our show? Do you like our show? Then comment, hit the like button, and subscribe, or you might be the next one we investigate.